Hi, I'm Dr. David Hamilton, and this is a reading of my blog, Small Steps, Big Gains. Life has a way of throwing obstacles in our path. Some are small, blips really. Some are frustrating, some are proper curveballs. When challenges arise, it's easy to get caught in the mindset of I can't. When things get tough, who doesn't dwell on limitations, on the doors that feel closed, and on things that seem out of reach? But here's the thing. Progress isn't about perfection. It's about focusing on what you can do right now, no matter how small that action might seem. Progress is in the little things, because in time, the little things morph into the big things. Every step forward, no matter how tiny, is still movement in the right direction. It's tempting to believe that only big, dramatic efforts bring results. But more often than not, it's the small, consistent actions that actually shape our lives. Let me share a personal example. As a writer, it's easy to feel overwhelmed at the size of the task it is to write a book. I felt that for sure when I began my very first book, especially because I'd failed English on my first attempt at high school and never felt I'd properly grasped the whole thing. But a book is formed out of chapters, and each chapter is more like an essay or a blog on a different subject. Then each chapter or essay, blog, is made of short sections, each that takes a different aspect of that subject. Now, writing a book doesn't seem quite so daunting. It's like the realisation that getting to the top of a flight of stairs starts with one step, then another. If you don't look up, all you see is one step at a time. Before you know it, you've reached the top. When I first broke it down like this, writing a book didn't feel quite so scary. That's my context, but the same idea, pardon me, that's my context, but the same idea applies to life in general. Little steps mount up to big gains. Don't look at the size of the task, look at the size of the step you can take. In the same way, a single drop of water might seem insignificant, but over time, lots of single drops can carve through stone. The power of shifting focus. When we focus on what we can do, however small it is, something shifts within us. The weight of difficulty, fear or frustration lightens, the mind becomes clearer, ideas emerge, a narrow mindset starts to expand. Instead of feeling stuck, we start to see opportunities, small actions that were there all along but hidden beneath self-doubt. Can't tackle a huge project all at once? Break it into smaller, manageable pieces. Can't change the past? Start by shaping the present. Can't find time for a full workout? Take a 10-minute walk. The beauty of focusing on what's possible is that even the smallest effort feels meaningful. Why small steps matter. Small steps are often underestimated, but taking them is the only way we can get to the top of a flight of stairs, or finish that book, or learn that subject, dance or recipe. There's a tendency to think that small steps are too insignificant to make a difference, but they create momentum. They build confidence, they instill in us the knowing that actions, even the tiny ones, have power. Think about planting a garden. It doesn't bloom overnight. First, there's a sprinkling of seeds. Then, with care and patience, the seeds grow. The same principle applies to the changes we want to make in our lives. The smallest action, whether it's making one healthy meal, sending a single email, walking round the block, or even just showing up, plants a seed for growth. The ripple effect of effort. What starts as one small step often leads to another. When we focus on what we can do, we build momentum. That single effort sets off a chain reaction that more often than not leads to bigger opportunities and more significant changes. Maybe you decide to dedicate 5 minutes a day to learning something new. Over time, that tiny commitment might spark a passion, open new doors, or help you achieve a long-held goal. Choose progress over perfection. So choose progress over perfection. And if you crave perfection, progress is the only way to get it. It doesn't happen without it. Whichever way you turn, progress is the path in front of you. Ultimately, progress is about focusing on what you can do. It's about giving yourself permission to start, even imperfectly. It's about letting go of the overwhelming need to do everything and instead do something. So what's one small thing you can do today? Whatever it is, take that step. It doesn't have to be perfect, grand or groundbreaking. It just has to be a start. As Reed Tracy, the CEO of Hay House Publishers, once told me, you don't need to get it right. You just need to get it started. Because every little effort, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. Thank you very much. I'm Dr. David Hamilton, and that's a reading of my blog, Small Steps, Big Gains.